the United States Supreme Court building here in our nation's capital. We're coming to you today from Washington, D.C. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. Take a look at the Warriors. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And you know, for the Nets, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
So the Nets starting five. Kyrie Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Jordan, and it's Durant, and it's Allen in at the four-man position. And for the Wizzards, Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Allen. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Right around midseason here, Chris, more players-only meetings being held. Give us a little insight into what those are like.
Well, there's some really good ones, Kevin, and there's some bad ones. There's ones that goes, you know, hey, guys, just wanted to bring us all here and say, man, listen, we could do a little bit better. We need to focus. I'll start with myself. I can be better on the boards. You need to be better guards over here. Those kind of meetings are good. Then there's the ones that say, listen, guys, we're going into playoffs. I need everyone to put the phones down. No more going out. Sacrifice. Tell your in-laws, tell your spouse, tell your family, listen, for the next month we're honed in where we can't come back. And then there's the ones that you don't like, the ones that finger pointing, saying, hey, guys, I called this meeting because I'm tired of all of you. None of you are putting up. And then another guy says, wait, I'm not doing my job. You're not doing your job. Then other guys come in and you kind of get how it goes. So a lot of different ways you can have meetings. But hopefully as a coach, you have great leadership. So at the end of the day, even if you have hurt feelings, guys come out better for it.
The pass to Hachimura. And it's sent back by Allen. And they get it back. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's stolen by Bertans. It's 2-on-1. Here's Hachimura, and it's in there.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, the Wizards head coach gave me a few minutes. I asked how they hope to contain Kevin Durant, one of the most effortless scorers the league has ever seen. Kevin, you can expect some double teams when KD gets the ball in its favorite spots.
Thank you, David.
Now, look, an assist like that gives Durant more hype than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Wall draws the double. Outside Bryant. Wall passes to Hachimura. And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
For 3, Durant kept alive. Allen. The kick out to Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan. Here's Bertans, and finished off by Bertans.
I love the unselfishness from Wall. When someone flashes open, I mean, he's right there with the pass.
Irving against Wall. Irving attacking, and he lays it straight in.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 1. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
They needed more fire and intensity tonight. Even if they don't win the battle of the boards, they have to put up a fight.
The Wizards shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And did you see the maturation of Beal over time? I mean, I noticed it. He added more wrinkles and dimensions to his game. He's an impressive two-guard.
And a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM A lot to do here.
Yeah, GA, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Allen. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 6 points for Jared Allen. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Then for the Nets, Prince has checked in for Jared Allen. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. And they pick up 2.
And with his usual degree of difficulty, I mean, that's an easy one. Thomas able to just catch and release.
Irving kicks to Prince. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Wagner, good.
That's just the game of finding the open man. We talk about how Thomas challenges your defense. He has the quickness, but also the poise.
And a deep 3 from Irving. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Irving's got 5 points so far. So for the Wizards, their last game, a loss to Milwaukee. Here's Thomas. That's tipped. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Irving.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie. That one made my day.
Irving against Thomas. Passes it to Mahinmi. 55 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The 3 from Thomas. The shot comes out. The Nets go the other way with it. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
They just looked a step quicker all game long. They knew they had an advantage on offense.
Washington trailing. Pass to Mahinmi. They double him with Irving. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. Inside, and it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
The continued growth of Thomas as a distributor capable of making sharp, accurate passes.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Shot and game clock separated by 5. LeVert kicks to Harris. Back to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Washington with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
They just had nothing going for them. They look very defeated out there.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Wizards lead by 2. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Certainly a challenging matchup tonight, but Isaiah Thomas said they were looking forward to it.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough.
That's all you can do, right? Stay locked in and play for one another.
And no pressure. You're the underdog. Let it fly and have some fun.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. Wilson Chandler out there with Jordan. And it's LeVert in at the point guard. Thomas against LeVert. On deep, rejected by Harris, and he's able to get it back.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for DeAndre Jordan? First in rebounding, and he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen comes in for Jordan, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Wagner can't hit.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Dinwiddie dishes to Allen. Dinwiddie left side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. With every position creating offense now, which big men do the best job of scoring off the bounce?
That's a good question. LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio, Coach Pop is giving him the freedom. And Joel Embiid, we sleep on him because he's 7 foot, but when he faces up in the post, he doesn't usually give you his back. He faces up, triple threat, gives you a jab step, a counter in and out, and gives you something nice. I mean, his ball handling ability is great for a 7-footer, and I like Embiid.
And here we go, the fast break with Dinwiddie. Count that one. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Washington. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Bryant's shot is good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
KD passes to Allen. Outside for Durant. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. KD's got 6.
And the way Durant gets his shot off, so quick, so effortless.
Outside Bryant. Bertans in the post. KD's on him. Good on the bucket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Chandler finds Durant. Bryant with the rebound. Wizards trail by 3. Here's Hachimura. Wizards passing it around, and there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. John Wall's checked in for Smith, and the Nets making a change here as well. Irving's checked in. And here's Wall outside. The Wizards with another miss. Nets leading by 3. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. It's Beal on the wing. The Wizards with another miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. The tray, and Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist by Irving. And now an 8-point Nets lead.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Wall draws the double. Pass to Hachimura. Bertans with the ball. He's guarded by Chandler. Beal against Durant. Shot clock at 6. Beal can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Out to KD. Back to Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Wizards trail by 10. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Wall, here we go now. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Wall's got his first basket of the night.
Well, that's just big boy strength from Wall. He can out-muscle you on these contact finishes.
Well, Kevin Durant was highly sought after following this past season. And Chris, you knew his decision would have a huge ripple effect across the NBA.
Yeah, and at this point in his career, Kev, I mean, KD can do whatever he wants as far as which team he plays for. I mean, he has the titles, he has the money, and he has nothing left to prove. I mean, you can see why he chose this team.
Mahimi's checked in for the Wizards. C.J. Miles comes in for Davis Bertans. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
Hachimura the pass to Mahimi, and Mahimi with the stuff.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Now the pass to Irving. 55 seconds left to play here in the half. Hits it from three-point range.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Irving against Wall. Chalk up two there. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, man, a determined scorer. Wall is fantastic at staying with the shot, even when the defense is on.
Irving looking for an opening. Kicks it out to Prince. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Passes it to Hachimura. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Pass to Prince. From 13, that's good on the jump shot. Prince has got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn. Poked away. He made it!
That's how you beat the clock, baby! That's how you beat the clock! Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Every once in a while, a prayer like that somehow finds the net.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Bradley. The old saying, no.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. With an excellent team performance in the second quarter, they were able to push ahead, scoring easily and defending with a lot more intensity, pushing out to a 10-point lead here at the half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
In at forward, it's Hachimura and Berton. All runs the point with Beal at the 2. And it's Bryant in at the center position. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Wall's shot is off.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Now look at that. That's an excellent pass. Irving creating for his teammates, showing his unselfishness.
Now Wall. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Down low. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. Durant down low. 9 points in the game so far. And the slam dunk by Wall.
He's a big-time athlete. Wall loves to attack in transition. Incredible speed end to end.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Dinwiddie. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dinwiddie's got 4 points in the quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Wizards trail by 14. Wall looking it over. Outside Bryant. Beal the pass to Wall. Doesn't go that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Right side Jordan. Irving against Beal. Pass to Dinwiddie. 3-pointer. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. KD's got 3 assists now in this one.
They've been very sharp to start the half. A perfect 4 for 4 from the field.
Washington calls timeout. The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. PJ Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon. What Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector.
Lobbed up there for Chandler. The shot will not fall.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Wizards passing it around. Smith the pass to Bryant. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Here's Harris. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Wizards trailed by 19. The pass to Wagner. Smith outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Irving. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Thomas passes to Brown. To the middle. To the inside. Hangs in the air. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Irving with it. Now Thomas defending. They get it back. Allen passes to Irving. Kicks it out to Allen. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
Passes to Smith. 5 on the clock. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Here's Wagner. No good off the back of the rim.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. Washington calls timeout. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He's been a thorn in their side all game. They'll probably use this timeout to change up their D. The system they're in now, it just isn't getting it done.
Mahinmi's checked in for the Wizards. C.J. Miles comes in for Mo Wagner. Then for the Nets, Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Thomas kicks to Smith. There's a minute left here in the third quarter. Drains it from 9 feet away. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The quickness of Smith, Kevin, is so hard to keep up with, which is why he's able to get these shots off in time.
Offensive rebound, Allen, and the rejection by Mahinmi. Brown with it, picked up by Harris. Smith against LeVert. Smith the pass to Mahinmi. Here's Thomas. Fires the three. But they get it back. Pass to Miles. Goes up again, and Mahinmi lays it up and in. Mahinmi's got 6.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
Here's Irving, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Oh, he's got to roll in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, the former #1 overall pick, tremendous success early in his career. Irving continues to find ways to improve.
Outside, Beal. Misses. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Oh, and there's the alley-oop, and stolen by Jordan. And Prince with a clear path to the hoop.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Yo, check Wall. Wall passes to Beal. Chris, regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories, whether you're talking about the Vlade Divac or the Sabos that came into the game, and even you can go to Marshall Lonis, Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Here's Durant. Misses off the left iron.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Looking at who's out there now for the Wizzards. Thomas Bryant comes in for Mahinmi. And Davis Bertans subbed in for C.J. Miles. Irving against Wall. The wide open look for Durant. Kevin Durant can't get that one to fall. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
A superb strength from the crafty guard. Wall's used to getting knocked around. He sticks with his shot.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. LeVert kicks to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Here's Hachimura. LeVert defending, and the basket is good.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
A deep three from Durant, from beyond the arc, and then some. KD's got 7 points for the quarter.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, one in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Ball against Irving. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Durant attacking. Feeds it to Irving. Back to Durant. Lobs it up for Jordan. Doesn't go for him. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 16-point game. Beal gets a wide open look from outside off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D, like that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
And the shot is good.
Beal is graceful on the drive. Clever at finding ways around the defense.
Ball against Irving. He dishes it to Jordan. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Bryant.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Thomas checked in for John Wall. And then for Brooklyn, Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Here's Durant. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Bryant. Here's Hachimura. Comes up empty down low. Brooklyn leading by 17.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference.
and earned them the W.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
Pass to Dinwiddie. He kicks it to Temple. It's Durant on the wing. Rebounded by the Wizards. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Miles. Dishes it to Brown. Out to Smith. It's Miles on the wing. And again, Washington no good. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Outside, KD. Temple finds KD. Shoots the 3. Drills it from outside.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Now, here's Mahinmi over Allen, offline. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time